The first $100,000 is the hardest money you'll ever build. Not because they don't earn enough, not because they don't try, but because they're playing the game without a system. And without a system, every market dip feels like a disaster. Every contribution feels pointless, and eventually, they quit. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how I'd build a $100,000 portfolio starting from absolute zero. Real numbers, realistic timelines, and the psychology behind why most people fail before they even get close. Here's something nobody talks about. Most people aren't bad at earning money. They're bad at keeping the system running when life gets in the way. You save when you can. You invest a little here and there. Then you check your account and it's barely moved. So you start to wonder, is this even worth it? That feeling right there? That's where most people stop. And that's exactly why they never build real wealth. The problem isn't effort, it's not income. It's that they treat investing like a side hobby instead of infrastructure. Every decision feels emotional. Every dip feels personal. And the moment it gets uncomfortable, the system breaks down. The people who actually hit 100,000, then 200,000, then 500,000, they didn't find a secret stock. They built a system early, automated it, and let it run while life happened around it. That's it. That's the whole game. If I were starting from zero today, I'd break it into 3 phases: foundation, acceleration, compounding. Let's go through each one. Phase 1. The first year isn't about returns, it's about building behavior. This is where most people make their first mistake. They skip straight to picking investments before they've built the infrastructure around it. That's like trying to run a marathon without training. You might start strong, but you won't finish. Here's what the foundation looks like. First, a small emergency fund, $1,000 to $2,000. Not a full emergency fund yet, just enough so that a flat tire or an unexpected bill doesn't force you to pull money out of your investments. This buffer is what keeps the system alive when life tries to break it. Second, open a Roth IRA. In 2026, you can contribute up to $7,000 per year. Every dollar inside grows completely tax-free. Think about what that means. If you invest $7,000 and it grows to $50,000 over 30 years, you keep all $50,000. No tax on the $43,000 in growth. This is one of the most powerful tools available to everyday investors, and most people either don't know about it or wait too long to use it. Third, automate everything. Set up automatic monthly contributions, even if it's just $200 or $300 to start. Here's why automation matters more than the amount. It removes the emotional decision. You're not sitting down every month asking yourself, should I invest this month? The system just runs. And when the market drops and every instinct tells you to stop, the system keeps running anyway. Goal for year 1. $500 a month into your Roth IRA invested in a broad index fund like VTI or VOO. By month 12, you're sitting at roughly $6,000. That's not a life-changing number yet. But that's not the point. The point is, the behavior is locked in. The system is running. Phase 2. Once the foundation is solid, it's time to scale. And this is where human psychology works against you in a different way. You start earning more. Life gets a little easier. And almost automatically, your lifestyle expands to match your income. Bigger apartment, better car, more dining out. This is lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of wealth building. Here's the move. Every time your income goes up, immediately redirect 30 to 50% of that increase into investments before you get used to it. Before your lifestyle adjusts. Because once it adjusts, that money is gone. Here's what the acceleration phase looks like with real numbers. If you have a 401k through work, use it. In 2026, you can contribute up to $23,500 per year. And if your employer offers a match, that is the single highest return investment you will ever make. If they match 5%, contribute 5%. If they match up to $200 a month, contribute $200. That's free money sitting on the table. Most people leave it there. Stack it like this. Contribute enough to your 401k to get the full employer match, around $200 to $400 per month. Keep your Roth IRA contributions going at $625 per month. With a company match adding roughly $200 on top, you're looking at $1,225 per month going into your future. Over 5 years at 8 to 10% returns, that grows to somewhere between $95,000 and $105,000. You just hit $100,000. Now here's the psychological piece most people miss. $1,225 a month sounds like a lot, and it is if you try to get there overnight. But if you build to it gradually, increasing contributions with every raise, every bonus, every side income bump, it becomes normal. It becomes part of your identity. You're not someone who invests when they have extra money. You're someone who invests first and lives on the rest. That identity shift is what separates people who build wealth from people who stay stuck. Phase 3. This is where something clicks. You check your account, and the growth from your gains alone starts to feel real. A 10% return on $10,000 is $1,000. That same 10% return on $100,000 is $10,000. Your money is now working harder than you are. But here's the painful truth. Most people never get here. They invest for a year, see slow growth, feel like it's not working, and stop. They never experience what compounding actually feels like. They give up right before the game changes. The first $100,000 is the hardest. Not because the math is complicated, because human psychology is working against you the entire time. The fear of doing it wrong, the fear of needing the money, the fear of a market crash wiping it all out. But here's what I want you to understand. The market will go up and down. You will make mistakes. There will be moments where you wish you'd done something differently. That's not a sign you're failing. That's just what investing looks like in real life. The people who win aren't the ones who never feel fear. They're the ones who built a system so solid that fear doesn't get a vote. Most people see investing as something they do with leftover money. Whatever's sitting in their account at the end of the month, if anything, gets invested. Flip that completely. Invest first, then figure out how to live on the rest. That one shift, from leftover to non-negotiable, is the difference between someone who talks about building wealth and someone who actually does it. When you treat investing as infrastructure, it stops feeling like a sacrifice. You're not giving something up, you're building something. And that reframe makes it possible to stay consistent when the market drops, when life gets expensive, when every emotion tells you to stop. Here's your action plan. Simple, concrete. Start today. Open a Roth IRA with Vanguard, Fidelity, or Schwab. Set up automatic monthly contributions, even $200 to start. Invest those contributions into VTI or VOO, broad market, instant diversification, no stock picking required. If you have a 401k at work, contribute at least enough to capture the full employer match. Not doing this is leaving part of your salary on the table. Every time your income increases, raise, bonus, side hustle, immediately increase your investment contributions by 30 to 50% of that increase. Redirect the new money before your lifestyle can absorb it. And then, stay in. That's it. That's the strategy. $200 a month doesn't feel like it'll change your life. I get it. But over 15 years at an 8% return, that $200 a month grows to over $70,000. Add raises, add employer matches, add consistency, and you hit $100,000 faster than you think. And building a $100,000 portfolio from zero isn't about finding the right stock or timing the market perfectly. It's about building a system, automating it, and refusing to quit when it feels slow. The first $100,000 is the hardest, but it's also the most important, because it proves to you that the system works. And once you believe that, nothing stops you. You're not behind. You're just at the beginning. And the beginning is exactly where every $100,000 portfolio starts. Open the account. Set up the automation. Let the system work.